Hello and greetings, fellow StarCrafters. This is PGL Milncraft here.
And joining him is Two-Toed Sloth.
The ever-popular Two-Toed Sloth. I'm actually, I have a couple weddings in a row, and so that's why I've been casting a lot lately. But now I'm in Indiana, and we're together.
He's visiting me.
Not that kind of together.
Yeah.
We're not dating.
Easy there. I think you might not need to pack your bags a little bit early here.
We've seen each other that way, but nothing is official yet. All right. Well, anyway,
I don't know him.
This is a best of 5 between JulyZerg and EGPuma. And actually, this game is from the North American Star League, or the NASL League. And this map, of course, is Tal'Darim.
It sounds like NASCAR. You're gonna watch me some NASL.
Which eventually, as we all know, StarCraft will be more popular than NASL. Now, JulyZerg is one of my favorite players. He's like this huge macro player in terms of his Zerg, and he just builds as many drones as possible. Then when he decides to kill you, he just kills you. He never stops attacking. He never builds another drone for the rest of the game and just destroys you. It's really a lot of fun to watch, and he's an extremely good player. His Baneling busts are just incredible.
What Milncraft is trying to say is basically he's one of the best Zerg players, and he really is. Maybe besides an ST. You know, a few of the others might be comparable, but really, he really can hold his own probably as the #2 Zerg player overall. Lucia and Donner, you're both pretty good, but...
And EGPuma as well. I want to talk about him in just a second, but before we do that, we do notice that EGPuma is in fact getting gas before his barracks, which means that he's going to be going for probably, I would say, some sort of early Blue Flame Hellion build. It's also possible that he's going to be going for super early Banshees or possibly even 2-port Banshees. However, given the cross positions of this map and the giganticness of this map, 2-port Banshees wouldn't necessarily be very effective unless he tries to proxy it or something. Now, one thing I do want to say about EGPuma. So his name is EGPuma because this replay is from a little bit while ago, and actually super recently, just in the end of July, EGPuma actually has switched teams. So he actually used to be on the team TSL, but he actually got a better deal from Evil Geniuses. And this was actually a big deal because Evil Geniuses evidently contacted Puma without any, you're supposed to call the other pro team if you're getting a new player, and they didn't do that. They just asked him if he wanted to switch, and he said, yeah, I want to switch, because he wasn't getting a salary. He was just being able to live there for free, which is fine, but he wanted to get the salary out of Evil Geniuses. And the reason they wanted to give him the contract was actually because he won the North American Star League Open. This isn't from the Open, so it doesn't necessarily mean he won this, or it doesn't mean he won this game. I'm not sure who wins this match, actually, as I don't look into these things beforehand. He is going for Reactor Hellions, by the way, which is another thing you can do. You can just do a little bit faster if you get your gas first. But as I was saying, he won the North American Star League Open, which is really impressive. He was able to beat MC in the tournament by doing it, and just shows what a good player Puma is, and that inspired Evil Geniuses to go ahead and try to snag him, and snag him they did, and it inspired lots of controversy. And apparently they're trying to get the Korean League to change the rules so that players are no longer possible to be able to do that anymore. And we're back. Sorry for that minor technical error, not a minor technical error.
Yeah, minor technical error.
We have minor technical errors here. We need to, sir, we need to fix this.
IQ is pretty high there, Milncraft.
Thank you. Thanks, James.
No problem.
Thank you for your insight.
What an ass. I know, that's me.
Okay, so on top of the Reactor Hellions, he is in fact getting a quick starport as well. I would say that this is most likely for... I want to say Banshees, because normally you don't want to drop Reactored Hellions. Normally Reactored Hellions are out so soon so that you can get past any spine crawlers that are built. Although it is possible he is getting a dropship to build them. Nope, but he's getting a tech lab on his barracks. That means he's definitely going for Banshees.
Oh yeah, most definitely. He's got a switcheroo, pull the old switcheroo here in a second.
The old, I don't even know.
Swap?
What other ways? Swap-a-roo?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't think of any other terms. It's
not as good as
swinging. He's a swinger. He likes to, switch one. He likes the barracks. He likes the starport. He goes for both. We do have a couple of Hellions down here, though. SCV going to go in first to see if the coast is clear for the Hellion, and the Hellions are going to follow up.
What a brave
Looks like they're going to go right past.
He's still alive, too.
Go ahead and burninate the Zerglings right there and get into the drone line. Mrs. Queen is going to protect her babies, which are unfortunately going to get fried just a little bit. And, dude, that's 2 drone kills. And
he's going back again, and one more line will kill off another one. Oh, he just misses that.
And his life, as he realizes, is a miserable failure. We can check the worker kills to see if that count is correct, and it was.
Yeah, but look at that SCV. Kills. He's still alive, and now he's gonna like suicide it in there.
Oh, before he gets whacked in the face by the queen.
All my friends just died. I hate my life. Just ran himself in there.
Get away from my children. We do see a bunch of Zerglings. We go ahead and follow them going up. Wah! Not quite sure what they're doing.
What was that sound effect?
That was a sound effect of Zerglings charging.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure that's the sound of Zerglings charging.
Well, like, if anyone wants to like write a comment, about that, if that was actually the sound that Zerglings make when they charge, feel free to do that.
If anyone remembers the sound that Zerglings made in Brood War, it was the weirdest thing in the world. It was it was like a robot-like thing. It looks like one Zergling's going to go up. He's going to go ahead and attack the supply depot. Realize that he can't get past the supply depot and then get burned to a crisp by 2 Hellions. He was able to spot the bunker though. The bunker will tell him that most likely he's not going to get attacked, although if he's being duped, it means he might be getting attacked, as me and Two-Toed Sloth actually were earlier tonight. Looks like that Hellion's going to go ahead and burn that Zergling to death. And goodbye, poor Zergling.
I feel like the worst way to go out, man. Just get like continually roasted over by like flames.
It's the best way to go out. These Zerglings want to die for the hive.
Do they?
No, probably not.
I think that's what Banelings do,
We do have a command center going down, as well as 2 more barracks. That means he's going to be going for mostly, I don't even know. I would say Marine tank at this point after the Hellions, because he hasn't gotten Blue Flame Hellions, so he's not coming to them long term. He's just trying to do some sort of quick harassment. What he's going to do...
Here comes the Banshee.
And here comes the Banshee. What he's going to do here is he's going to send the Banshee behind to try to hit, hopefully draw off the Queens, and then use the Hellions after that. Nice control, keeping the Banshee barely out.
I like the Banshee play here. It creates a little distraction, allows the Hellions to kind of come in and poke around a little bit and hopefully get into that mineral line.
Also, it'd be a lot more effective if his opponent wasn't prepared for it. Unfortunately, he was. JulyZerg decided to get the Spore Crawlers up to make sure that the Banshees wouldn't be very effective. Queens alone, Banshees are able to each handle, a Banshee can handle a Queen. Oh!
Nice.
Nice block with the drones there, although a lot of drones just got fried with that last shot. Great shot. That Hellion deserves a medal. Of course, he's dead now, so he can't receive it.
No purple heart for you, sucker.
Oh, wow. That was really offensive.
Was it?
But anyway, that's 7 more workers killed, so that was actually fairly effective. If we go to the income tab, we can go ahead and take a look. And actually, the Terran player, Puma, is still 13 drones behind. Well, workers behind, I suppose. But he is just taking his expansion now, whereas JulyZerg has had it up for the rest of the game, I suppose. They had a lot longer. Anyway.
Yes, Kevin. Yes.
I phrased that strangely. Anyway, look at these Zerglings.
Oh, and they might be able to catch the Siege Tank. They're going to get the surround they need, and it's going to go down.
Definitely going to do a good job there. Clean up all those Marines and the Siege Tank. The Siege Tank is huge, because the Siege Tanks are what let Terrans move out when they're actually able to move out and push against the Zerg. You need to have a sufficient Siege Tanks to be able to deal with the Banelings and to deal enough damage to the Roaches and other such units that are in the game.
I don't think he has Siege done yet, does he?
He does not have Siege done. I believe he's just getting...
He's
just getting Siege Tanks right now. He wants to get his Siege Tank numbers up, and he'll probably be going for that later. But look at the minerals and gas that JulyZerg is saving up. He's going to be able to get at least 11 mutas, possibly 12.
Yes.
You agree?
I agree. And the muta harass is going to be tough to deal with right now, too. Just given that he hasn't really fully protected this expansion down here. It's completely open. So... yeah.
What's he going to do? Yeah, definitely TSL-Puma is going to be taking a lot of damage here. He might get a turret up. His engineering bay did just finish, so he could get a turret up in time before the mutas arrive. However, it's not clear if he's actually going to do that, if he's going to commit to it. He is sending a Banshee in, so he's going to see the timing of the third base. Unfortunately, the Queen is well prepared there, already ready to defend her hatchery, even before it is finished morphing with the weird shark thing or drone thing that's floating in it that somehow makes it build.
I was going to say that JulyZerg's defense with this Queens has just been phenomenal this game so far. We've seen him multiple times be able to block off the harassment pretty effectively with just a couple of Queens.
And it's worth noting that he was dealing with, 8 Hellions and a Banshee, and he only lost 10 workers. That was a pretty good job on his part. And actually, the
mutas are
going to run right over the Marines. Almost took one out.
Saves the muta just last second.
That was unfortunate timing for JulyZerg there.
He's just like, crap, man.
If those Marines had stemmed, he would have been able to lose more. And actually, EGPuma, despite seeing the mutas, is going for a drop here. This is really risky because the mutas
might actually intersect it, and oh no, I don't think they will.
Looks like the drop's going to the far corner. Not sure why he's taking this
He's either taking a really safe route, I think, or he's just trying to check for additional expansions that July may have had.
Right, yeah, it's always good to be on your toes with Zerg players. They love to hide their expansions.
And mutas are coming from the top down, which I'm not sure really why. I guess you want to take the tower, but that's going to alert them and be able to. And
hello, Marines. That's 2, 3, 4 muta kills, 5 muta kills.
Whereas if you would have just went to the the southern part of that base, I think you would have been able to get some SCV kills on it.
Well, I think JulyZerg was trying to get around any turrets that were up, and those Marines should probably turn around and start firing. And those ones do. They learn their lessons really quickly, and those mutas are taking a lot of damage, and they're only killing Marines right now, which, I mean, it's somewhat significant, but there's only 4 mutalisks, so it's really not going to be that effective. Did I say, I think he was going around the turrets that he thought his opponent was building?
And he's still just attacking the Marines. I mean, maybe he realizes there aren't that many Marines back. And you can clean them up really quickly.
But even if he clears them out, he's only down to 2 mutalisks. Like, what's he going to do with these 2 mutalisks? Kill an SCV every 5 minutes?
I mean, I agree. It's not the best. And does he even have turrets up right now? Does Puma have turrets up over there?
Puma does have 1 turret and probably 1 turret in the main. Oh, he does not have a turret in the main.
He could have just swept up to the main really quickly and taken out one.
And meanwhile, Puma does have a relatively potent force here. The drop here, I do not believe did any damage. I believe JulyZerg was able to get his forces around. We can just double check to see no additional workers killed from that drop. JulyZerg was able to finish it off with the mutas flying around the newly built ones. And looks like those are going to regroup with the other ones.
It looks like Shield and Carcapus on the way. Or Shield just finished.
Did you say Carpus?
Carcapus, isn't that what it is?
Carapace.
Carapace?
Carcapus,
yes.
Carcapus is what happens when you pee on a corpse. Which I would not recommend to those of you, especially when cops are nearby. Evidently it's frowned upon. Now, unfortunately, those mutalisks, again, chose to fly over the Marines.
There's NASL.
Those NASL Marines, which we're pushing out. And actually, EGPuma's, I want to say his Marine count looks a little low to be pushing out right now. He could, if a couple of well-timed Baneling hits could really do a lot of damage to this force. He does have a very potent force of siege tanks, so as long as he doesn't get caught by surprise, he should be okay. But I'm thinking that the mutalisks will be able to clean this up after the Zerglings and Banelings engage. We do have a scan going down, wants to be super careful. He doesn't know if his opponent's... Oh, wow.
Wow, nice job, Puma.
Despite the lack of any siege tanks, he actually doesn't even have siege mode. He doesn't even have siege mode. He's just starting siege mode.
I wonder if that's a blunder. I mean, like, it's 60 minutes of the game, 120 out of 150 supply. No siege mode.
He was, however, able to have the siege tanks tank all the damage from the Banelings.
Oh, no, and the entire army just got cleaned up by a handful of mutas and lings.
Yep, absolutely not going to matter. There were just enough Zerglings and mutas left to be able to take out the rest of the forces. Meanwhile, there was a drop in the back of the base, somewhat effective, and then Puma, with a huge counterattack up here, just took out the entirety of July took out the entirety of Puma's base, able to just completely destroy him and clean up despite the fact that he had divided force, he was still able to clean up that attack and just absolutely destroy Puma.
It's a good game, but Puma just couldn't get that third base up and running, and while July had his 4th coming up, so way far ahead economically.
Looks like the newly minted Evil Geniuses player is going to have to suffer.
That's right. And he needs to practice more against Idra, huh?
Yeah, probably. Alright, this is PGL Milncraft.
Oh yeah, and me, Two-Toed Sloth.
Signing out.